Live for us in D.C. Kevin, thank you. Let's bring in Foundation for Defense of Democracy's president, Cliff May. Cliff, great to have you on the show. I mean, what do you think of that? You heard the president just moments ago talking about, yeah, we had to move these things into place. Is it concerning to you? Are we just being kind of cautious here? What do you make of this?
A couple of things. One is the president's what he's done is absolutely appropriate. He is saying to Medvedev, you don't threaten me. You don't threaten the United States. I want to remind you how much power we have in case you forgot. Keep in mind who Medvedev is. He is Putin's lapdog and he is Putin's attack dog. And he's been that all his life. Even when he was president, you probably remember, Trace, people at one point, Medvedev was talking to Obama, and Obama thought the mic was off, but it wasn't. He said, you know, after my next election, I'll have more flexibility. Right. And that had to do with missile defense in Europe. And what did Medvedev, the president, say? I will convey that to Vladimir. Right? So that's what that's his job. His job is to try to intimidate the president. Yeah. And he hopes that the president, like Biden, will say, I can't provoke Putin. I can't do that. I want to de-escalate. Look, the president has done a very good job. He's tried very hard not to humiliate Putin and to try to bring a ceasefire in this terrible war of conquest that Putin is waging against the people of Ukraine. Take away their independence, their sovereignty, their freedom. He's trying very hard. Listen, but he doesn't want to be tagged along anymore.
Cliff, the whole thing is that Marco Rubio was on this network yesterday saying that he doesn't think Medvedev has any kind of relevancy at all in Russia. And that might be true. But the problem is he's always kind of running his mouth and saying some inflammatory stuff like that. So if he doesn't have relevancy, why doesn't Vladimir Putin say, hey, calm it down here, because this is the kind of stuff that gets us in trouble?
Trace, it's because he's doing what Putin wants him to do.
Okay.
Nobody in a position like that does anything Putin doesn't want, or he ends up in a very cold place, maybe very hot at this point, way to the east of Moscow, and I'm talking about Siberia.
Yeah. Meantime, you had Steve Witkoff and Ambassador Mike Huckabee that in Gaza today, kind of checking out the food situation. Mike Huckabee posted the following here. Went into Gaza today and observed humanitarian food program by U.S.-launched GHF. Hamas hates GHF because it gets food to people without being looted by Hamas. Over 100 million meals served in 2 months. The food is being dropped, Cliff, but it's not being distributed, apparently. And, of course, everybody's blaming Russia. I'm sorry, Israel.
Well, Israel's doing everything it can in the midst of a war while it has hostages being held and starved. There are pictures of one of the hostages that were released from Hamas today. I know you don't, for good reason, you and Fox don't want to show them. The New York Times is not putting on the front page, as they put on the front page, somebody who was very sick but not actually starving and may believe that was the case. I'm ashamed as a former New York Times reporter to have seen that and to talk about that. The Israelis are doing what they can, and the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation is a very good group led by an American, Johnny Moore. I know him very well. They're trying to get the food into the hands of Gazans. Now, it's hard, as you say, not to get it in, but to distribute it, particularly to the people who are weakest, the people who can't come out to the sites as the young men of military age can do most easily. And the UN is no help. Yeah. What is the UN saying? We want to be guarded by the blue police. What's the blue police? That's Hamas police they want to be guarded by. And most of the media, not Hamas, not Fox, but a lot of them are getting their information from what? From Hamas, which they call the Gaza Health Ministry.
Yeah, Ministry of Health in Gaza. We've had so many phony accounts from them. Cliff May, thank you for coming on the show. We appreciate it, sir.
Thank you, Trace.
And if you look at before the election, the same kind of thing happened. And I think you'll see some very interesting information.